Cara tercepat untuk keluar dari situasi survival adalah dengan direscue atau diselamatkan. Maka Anda harus mampu untuk memberitahukan ke orang lain, memancarkan signal permintaan bantuan kalau Anda butuh bantuan. Oke, selamat siang teman-teman, ketemu lagi dengan saya, Coach Mike dari Survival Skills Indonesia. Hari ini saya bersama Pak Corrin di alas gandok camp di lereng Merapi. Nah, cuacanya cerah, bagus. Hari ini di video kali ini saya ingin membahas tentang signaling. Salah satu poin penting dalam survival adalah signaling, karena cara tercepat untuk keluar dari situasi survival adalah dengan direscue atau diselamatkan. Maka Anda harus mampu untuk memberitahukan ke orang lain, memancarkan signal permintaan bantuan bahwa Anda butuh bantuan, ya, dan tempat Anda harus diketahui, mudah untuk diketahui. Gitu ya. Oke, Mr. Corrin.
Hi.
Nice to meet you again.
Good to see you.
And today, I'd like to discuss about signaling, because according to our experiences, there are many people who would like to learn survival, but not many people would like to learn about signaling.
Yeah. I think that's probably because unless you have some of the equipment that we've got here, which we'll show you later, like the pyrotechnic signalings, it's not perhaps as exciting as lighting a fire or building a shelter or chopping wood or catching fish or what have you.
Yeah.
But really, in a survival situation, you want people to find you as quickly as possible, and it can be quite simple to mark your location locally. So, for example, if you get lost off a trail and you have an injury and you need people to come in from that trail, which they might be searching for you along anyway, you can mark your trail with silver foil or
with
markers, markers and what have you. But also, sometimes you're very challenged in an environment like the thick jungle canopy around here, maybe 50, 60 feet high. If a helicopter's looking for you, it's very difficult to see below that canopy.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
you need to be able to make contrasting signals with pyrotechnics or smoke or light or what have you.
Yeah. And we need to find an open area, and also without any foliage barrier from above. So we will be easy to see, to be seen from above, from the air.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, just one point on the open area. In deep jungles, sometimes the only open places that you can find are beside the rivers or streams, where the canopy just has a bit of an opening. That's great if that's all you've got, and that's where you light the fires and put your panels out. But the noise of the water going by can also affect you in that you may not be able to hear people calling out for you or moving towards you. So an area like this is perfect because it's open. There's a good place for building your camp. Open areas to your front for laying out panels, and also, if the clearing was any bigger, you could get a helicopter in here. Maybe not this one, but yeah.
What kind of signaling that we could have in survival situation, whether it is prepared from home or improvised from the surrounding?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, what have you carrying with you in terms of signaling equipment? Most people in the United Kingdom, for example, will always carry a whistle around the neck or attached to their compass. And you shouldn't really go into the outdoors without carrying a whistle. I carry one, it's in my belt kit, and I carry one on my person as well. A whistle is very effective at raising attention or getting attention and helping people know where you are. The international signal for using a whistle is to blow it loudly 6 times within 1 minute. So one long blast every 10 seconds, and then you wait. And the international response to that is 3 blasts. But not many people know that. Generally in Europe, they know it, perhaps North America, but in Indonesia, I'm not sure how widely that's known.
Yeah.
If you hear a whistle being blown, in the outdoors, it should be an indication that somebody needs to have help.
Yeah, because in Indonesia, survival knowledge is not as popular as in the Europe or in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, well, it's important to educate people from search and rescue teams to local communities. If they hear a whistle being blown like that, then that indicates somebody is probably in distress.
But I think for search and rescue personnel from Basarnas, I think already know about that code, because they are educated internationally, and has an international standard.
Okay. What else can you take with you? You could be wearing bright clothing. Blue is not. This is not really going to stand out. You can also take maybe your sleeping bag or your tent fly sheet is blue or orange. So you may have something like that. If you don't have anything of your normal camping equipment of that sort of color, you can actually carry equipment. You have to be seen by day and by night. You have to be heard, and you can do that by whistling or also getting a walking stick and banging it against the buttress root of a tree or big thick hollow bamboo.
Make a contrast sound.
That's right. Often in very deep jungle, a whistle can actually sound like a cicada, especially at 6 o'clock in the evening. So you have to make yourself heard. If you go shouting, you'll get very tired and lose your voice very quickly, and the voice doesn't carry very far. So again, when it comes to equipment, we recommend that you carry some basic equipment. Apart from the whistle, I also carry light sticks and a flashlight. So if you have a small torch on you, you can shine that to be seen. Light sticks are very good because when you break them and you shake them, they burn for they're activated for between 8 and 12 hours. And that's a very small stick. It's about 5 inches long. But if you tie it to a piece of string and you sling it around your head like a lasso, it creates a light circle in the air. And again, that's a much bigger signature to be seen at night. Here we have a selection of marker panels. This is a space blanket which doubles as a signal panel. It's got pink and orange colours, which is very visible from the air. It's designed by the American Army to be visible by aerial search teams. And of course, on the inside, somewhere in here, it's silver colour. So again, that is highly reflective, using that as a flag in the sunlight to reflect the sunlight, and that will be seen for a long way.
And it is thick, tebal. Ini tebal, military standard.
I mean, having worked in expeditions, I also carry the official equivalent of the space blanket. This is the marker panel. This is about 8 feet long and is pink and orange, a very bright colour to contrast the jungle canopy or the grass here on the open land. Moving on to other signals, more unusual but often kept inside offshore vessels and aeroplanes are pyrotechnic flares. Here we have a smoke signal, which we'll be demonstrating later. Here we have a parachute illumination flare. These are designed for offshore use because they can cause a lot of fires when they come down and land on the ground. But if you're in a boat or you have an aeroplane that lands in the sea, these signals are often kept in the survival equipment, and you fire this, it goes up to about, I think, 300 meters. 300 meters, and burns for about a minute, hangs below a parachute, and is very, very bright, especially at night. The smoke signals are very good for marking open locations, but they can be affected by high wind. So if you set one of these off in the ocean, often the smoke will dissipate across the surface. So it's very good for open jungle areas like that. And then you also have smaller flares. This is a handheld flare, which you simply hold up, and it burns very, very bright. Also very good for lighting fires, if that's all you have. These are special bits of kit. They often have a shelf life of maybe 3 or 4 years. They are highly flammable, and you can't really go carrying these on commercial aircraft or even on trains. But if you have these in your boat or your private aircraft, your vehicle's survival kit, then that's okay. You can also get electronic radio beacons that send a signal that's picked up by satellite. There's many versions of them on the market. You can have electronic strobe lights, which have a very bright flash that can be seen between 5 and 10 miles. And you can also have specially manufactured signal flares, laser flares, I beg your pardon, like the old laser pointer, but some of them are so powerful they can be seen at 20,000 feet, and the longer the beam gets, the wider it becomes. So it's actually recognized in many places as an international distress signal as well. And here we have a flashing strobe light on a survival bracelet, for close-up. Some head torches have a flashing beacon mode on them as well. And if they're an LED head torch, often you can see that for many miles. If you're stuck on the side of Gunung Lawu at night, and you're flashing that down the valley, then people should be able to see you pretty clearly. For marking your location in thick jungle, say you go down a trail and you take a fall and you break your leg and someone goes for help to mark the trail, you can have this orange plastic tape. You simply tear this off and tie it onto tree branches and mark the entry point on the main trail. So search and rescue can then follow the orange marker down there and find your location. And also what we hope to demonstrate today is a very classic piece of equipment. This is called a heliograph, a very powerful tool for signaling during the day. And even at night, if you're flashing a torch on it, it can carry a long way. And there's many different types of these. Again, a lot of rescues are actually conducted because the people who need rescuing have a heliograph with them. It might just be a bright, shiny mirror from from your vehicle, or maybe a shiny piece of metal. Yeah,
from the
cosmetic tins or what have you, or even the screen of a mobile phone. So this is a good range of signaling equipment, and we'll demonstrate what these look like when we lay them out on the ground later.
Oke teman-teman, ini video yang pertama ya. Ini kita kenalkan apa itu signaling dan alat-alatnya. Nah, nanti di video yang kedua kita akan tampilkan bagaimana menggunakannya. Ada panel, ada flare, dapat signal, ya, macam-macam, ada heliograph dan sebagainya. Jadi nanti kalian bisa klik video yang ini ya. Oke, sampai ketemu di video berikutnya. Terima kasih teman-teman. Jangan lupa subscribe, like, dan share, serta klik loncengnya ya. Terima kasih. Ya, karena first aid yang benar akhirnya tidak terjadi blister. Ini blister karena mungkin kemarin kurang penanganannya.